So when you hear win through your actions, never through argument, what do we see from a political standpoint right now? Everybody's just arguing. Whether you're trying to prove your point to your parents, to your kids, to somebody at work, to a stranger on the bus, or somebody you just see at the bar, your significant other, whatever it may be, we're realizing that this exact lesson or the importance of it, where you win through your actions, never through argument. What they're saying is that you have to show people, allow people to see that they're wrong for themselves. This is what the book is suggesting. Allow people to see that they're wrong for themselves rather than trying to argue them. And they showed a couple different examples, but I'm going to focus on one with Michelangelo. And I'm just going to read you, I believe it's only 2 paragraphs. All right. One's going to set the scene and the other's going to tell the story. All right. So take a listen to this. So weeks later, as Michelangelo, and just to give y'all a little backdrop, Michelangelo was hired to fix something that a lot of people thought that he couldn't fix. It was a stone that somebody had messed up. And of course, he came in and he took on the job to fix it and to make something, a masterpiece out of something that they thought was ruined. So take a listen. Weeks later, as Michelangelo was putting the final touches on the statue, Soderini entered the studio. Fancying himself a bit of a connoisseur, he studied the huge work. He told Michelangelo that while he thought it was magnificent, the nose he judged was too big. Michelangelo realized that Soderini was standing in a place right under the giant figure and did not have the proper perspective. Without a word, he gestured for Soderini to follow him up the scaffolding. Reaching the nose, he picked up his chisel as well as a bit of marble dust that lay on the planks. With Soderini just a few feet below him on the scaffolding, Michelangelo started to tap lightly with the chisel, letting the bits of dust he had gathered in his hand to fall little by little. He actually did nothing to change the nose, so he didn't even do anything, but gave every appearance of working on it. After a few minutes of this charade, he stood aside. "Look at it now. I like it better," replied Soderini. "You've made it come alive." All right, you understand that part? One more sentence, one more paragraph. "In the realm of power, you must learn to judge your moves by their long-term effects on people." All right, you must learn to judge your moves by their long-term effects on people. You may think that you won that argument with somebody that you're close to, significant other, parent, family, whoever. However, and they may even acknowledge it. However, there may be a lot of things that come with you winning that argument that you're not necessarily aware of. So in the realm of power, you must learn to judge your moves by their long-term effects on people. The problem in trying to prove a point or gain a victory through argument is that in the end, you can never be certain how it affects the people you're arguing with. They may appear to agree with you politely, but inside they may resent you. Or perhaps something you said inadvertently even offended them. Words have that insidious ability to be interpreted according to the other person's mood and insecurities. Whew, one more time. Words have that insidious ability to be interpreted according to the other person's mood and insecurities. Even the best argument has no solid foundation, for we have all come to distrust the slippery nature of words. And days after agreeing with someone, we often revert to our old opinion out of sheer habit. Can't argue. Sometimes you got to just show people. So you know what my energy is for this election? No matter who wins, we deserve who we get. We deserve who we get. We deserve exactly who we get. No matter who becomes president, whether it's Kamala, whether it's Donald Trump, we deserve who we get. So I'm just going to leave it at that. So we can argue, we can do all the arguments, we can do all these things, but it's just goes to show us how much we live in such an emotional based society rather than a logical based society, because that's the connection that I make. When you say that, when you're talking about you can't win in an argument because people are going to be in their feelings and you can't convince people. And I'm not sure if you heard in the joke that Tony Hinchcliffe was making where he said, you know, you used to be able to tell your mom to just be able to Google something. But people right now in this election, it doesn't matter what you tell people. People are just going to lean one way. The arguments are not worth it. Sometimes you just got to show people. And if it was more about showing, then people wouldn't even have to have all these arguments, because we'd just be able to look at what this candidate has done and judge them on that, and look at what that candidate has done and judge them on that, rather than judging people on hope and future promises. So that's where I am right now with it. Let's see. We already got some stuff in the chat. May have to see a lot of See a lot of language that is worthy of YouTube coming in and getting in the mix. Let me see if I can read some. Oh, hold on. Queez said, I like that. Blame Queez. You think him holding a self-proclaimed Nazi rally, yes, speakers on stage called it that, is going to help him win by a landslide? We have it early. We have KD. Sometimes I really think that y'all think that I'm planting these people in the conversations to make points. KD, can you please send the link or the timestamp? I have the speech pulled up, or any speech. As a matter of fact, if you can send the link to where it was a self-proclaimed Nazi rally, saying that speakers on stage called it that. Send the link over. I'll just leave it at that. No, we don't need to argue, right? There's no need to argue. You just send the link, and then we'll take a look at it and judge it off of that. I didn't hear any of that. I also didn't see that on the news. I didn't even see MSNBC discussing that. But you may be right, KD. So just send us the link, and then we'll take a look at it, and we'll review it right here with you. I'm looking forward to you sending the link. All right. So KD wrote, Trump effectively threw the election for himself last night. So Trump threw the election for him last night. KD, let me ask you, if it's okay with you, is it okay for you to tell us who you're leaning towards or what side you're supporting? Mark wrote, self-proclaimed what? Mark, I'm on this. Hey, just send us the link. So KD wrote, I may seem out of place speaking at a Nazi rally, but when they asked me, I said I'm doing it. KD, this is what we are seeing live, exactly what happens with mainstream media. Like, who said this? What was the context? Was it a joke? Like, come on, man. Was it a play? Was it a shot at mainstream media? I don't know. Just send us the link. But KD, I'm going to tell you this. I will tell you this, KD. You seem to be a Democrat supporter. Now, you can definitely correct me if I'm wrong. But you seem to be a Democratic supporter. And when you say these things, as I'm an independent, I didn't vote Democrat or Republican the last 2 years, 2 terms. So I consider myself an independent. When you say stuff like this, it's like the fear mongering is not working, KD. It doesn't do anything to me. I'm just being totally honest. When you sit here and tell me that Trump was at a Nazi rally yesterday, it's like, bro, like, is that really what we have to go to in order to convince us to vote for Kamala? I'm assuming that's what you're looking to do. Mark wrote, it's called mockery. Mac Daddy wrote, did you see Gretchen Whitmer mocking communion, giving her daughters a Dorito? Wow, I didn't even see that. KD, it's called fascism. Oh my God. This is KD. I'm telling you, it's not working. Y'all should choose respectfully. You should choose a different strategy. All right. So KD said the dude on stage literally said black people carve watermelons on Halloween. The mental gymnastics is crazy, bro. So what? Yeah, that same dude on stage, he talked about black people, he talked about Muslims, he talked about Jewish people, he talked about Latinos and Hispanics. Like, he talked about everybody. Who, like, now, yo, Trump can't be elected. He had a comedian on stage that was offensive. He was offending black people. A comedian on stage, KD. You know what's offensive to black people? All these damn welfare programs y'all Democrats been giving black people to cripple us and to have our impoverished communities looking how they look right now for the last 70 years. That's what I think is offensive, not a damn watermelon joke. But that's just me, though. You know, maybe some of the other black people feel differently. I'm sure some of the critical race theorists, I'm sure they see it a little bit differently than me. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.